don't really know what NEPAD stands for, but I know its general work is around African development, and it does similar work to the AU in terms of developing Africa and in terms of solving its problems as well.
NEPAD is a good institution to mainstream Africa, inside Africa, before we talk of global inclusion, and a good instrument to eradicate poverty. But there are still a lot to be done.
All of us agreed, the continent agreed on NEPAD because the continent recognized the challenges that we face. It came together and elaborated NEPAD as that partnership for cooperation among ourselves as Africans. And secondly, how should we partner the rest of the world in terms of responding to those challenges.
Le projet est un partenariat entre ARECO et NEPAD. C'est un projet qui a été lancé en 2008 et pour une période d'une année qui était financé par le NEPAD. C'est un projet qui avait pour objectif de sensibiliser les femmes et les partenaires au développement sur le rôle de la femme dans la gestion des ressources naturelles et dans la lutte contre la pauvreté au niveau local.
Le projet NEPAD du laboratoire de la technologie de l'information et de la communication a été quelque chose de grandiose dans notre vie d'école parce que ça a changé notre façon de faire.
We have aligned our strategic plans to cut up pillars, so the partnership was really strong between NEPAD and the sector to make sure that agriculture sector can embrace and conclude different steps done under this process.
I do believe that public-private partnerships is the best way for infrastructure and other NEPAD programs to be delivered, and the only way to overcome that is if you have clear communication and dialogue between private sector and government to create a win-win situation. PPPs, I think, are the way forward for any real implementation of NEPAD.
Major challenge, which I think we still have, is that we have not integrated the private sector and civil society enough for them to begin to own the process of regional integration and also drive, that process. Because there is still a tendency for the process to be seen as an intergovernmental, process that excludes these other stakeholders. And yet we all know that if you do not include these other stakeholders, then you may not be able to get results.
NEPAD is a key arm of the African Union, and the decision to have NEPAD get integrated into the activities and the works of the African Union Commission has to be in tandem with the overall agenda of the continental integration. So, coordination, administration, staffing, program activities, all those, we are working very, very closely, and we appreciate the decision because now there is no duplication, the resources are limited.
10 ans après, que peut-on dire? On peut dire très certainement que sur de grands chantiers, comme ceux de l'agriculture, comme ceux des infrastructures, les réalisations continentales et régionales n'auraient pas été ce qu'elles ont été sans le NEPAD. L'Afrique n'aurait pas bougé sans le NEPAD. Et je crois que dans ce cadre-là, il faut véritablement remercier au sens africain du terme ces leaders qui ont eu cette vision et qui ont eu cette passion.
Plus que jamais le NEPAD d'actualité, et plus que jamais ça nous a donné la preuve que l'Afrique peut, quand elle sait se mobiliser, faire de très 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 grandes percées. Il s'agit aujourd'hui de réorienter par exemple l'aide de développement, la repenser, l'adapter pour qu'elle soit réellement au profit des priorités que s'est fixé le NEPAD, et puis faire en sorte que la théorie du gagnant-gagnant s'applique à tout le monde.
No, for the future, our agenda should be one of assisting Africa to cope and deal with the impact of climate change, improve intra-African trade, and get a fair share of global trade, and pursue vigorously the regional integration agenda, particularly by putting in place meaningful regional infrastructure, which will really bind Africa together.
To the extent that we haven't solved these problems of poverty, of underdevelopment, of developing sufficiently strong partnership among ourselves and so on, to the extent that we have not solved those problems, and we haven't as a continent, therefore I think it stands to reason that NEPAD continues to be very relevant.
I thank NEPAD very much and the African Women Development Fund for a great support given to Manchi Women Cassava and Food Processing Group in Ghana.
Quando sou de mesa, pode trazer